Trials ultimately come down to one simple thing: credibility, right? Who is telling the truth? In the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial, we have four witnesses who are going to testify under oath to what's being called the staircase incident.
I believe that this is from what's been called the staircase incident.
Now, this is the incident in which Amber Heard was seen throwing things at Johnny Depp, and allegedly Amber punched Johnny in the face in front of a handful of witnesses. Now, it's alleged that 5 people were at the scene of this event: Nurse Debbie Lloyd, bodyguard Travis Mcgivern, Amber's sister Whitney, Amber Heard, and Johnny Depp. Now, 4 of those people who were there have testified about this incident under oath. 4 witnesses, 1 incident. Let's see how each witness describes this particular incident. Remember, the jury has to figure out what really happened here. And only thing they have to go on are what these witnesses, these eyewitnesses, are saying. So first, let's hear from the plaintiff, Johnny Depp. What does he say happened at this event?
We were in penthouse 5 area, which was where Ms. Heard had her office at the top of the stairs. And so the stairs came down, and then there was a landing, and then another set of stairs went down the opposite direction. And this took place on the landing, where she was coming out, trying to get to me, trying to hit me, trying to do anything she could. And then Whitney, her sister, was there, who stepped in the way. And interesting thing that was interesting now is that Whitney stepped in front of Amber and was facing Amber to stop Amber. And when she was in between us, Amber snuck in she got the roundhouse in and just nailed me on the cheekbone.
Do you recall what Miss Heard was upset about at this time?
I do not. I really don't.
And was anyone else in the in penthouse 5 with you and Whitney and Miss Heard?
By that time, Mr. Mcgivern had been called. I believe that actually Debbie, as I remember, Debbie Lloyd was at the front door of penthouse 5, standing by the door. Mr. Mcgivern was kind of at the bottom of the last group of stairs. And then the thump happened, and I got myself out of the situation, and I walked down the stairs to Mr. Mcgivern just to say, let's get out of here, And I remember that something was thrown from up there. I don't recall what it was, but something was thrown at me. It seemed like it was like I don't know if it was a bag of like pens but it was from her office area.
So Johnny says Amber was raging. Whitney stepped in front of Amber to protect Johnny. Amber punched Johnny in the face while Whitney was in between them. Debbie was at the door, and Mcgivern, whatever his name is, Travis, was downstairs by the stairwell. So he was down. So Johnny says Travis was actually downstairs. And then after the incident happened, Johnny walked to Travis and they got out of it. So now let's see what Travis Mcgivern says. What's his testimony?
There was an incident in penthouse 5 that I recall.
And when did you start your shift that day?
11 p.m. was typically my start time.
And what happened at that point?
So her and her sister both came back in. We were on the middle level, so her office level of Penthouse 5 at that point. She was agitated. Mr. Depp was agitated. I felt it was time to get Mr. Depp out of the situation, so I stepped in between Miss Heard and Mr. Depp, telling Mr. Depp that we were leaving and that it wasn't up to him anymore. At that point, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a fist and an arm come across my right shoulder, and I heard and saw a closed fist contact Mr. Depp in the left side of his face.
And whose fist was that?
That was Miss Heard's fist, Amber Heard's fist.
And where was Whitney when this occurred?
Can't say for sure, but I'm guessing, or my best guess is behind Amber.
How did Mr. Depp respond when he was punched?
The initial look on his face kind of mirrored mine, kind of a look of shock, like what just happened, where'd that come from? At that point, I wasn't going to let Mr. Depp get hit anymore, so I moved him down the last flight of stairs to the lower level, and told him we're leaving. It wasn't up to him anymore, just for his safety. I had let him get hit by a Red Bull can. I let him get punched. My job is to ensure the safety and well-being of my clients, and I felt like I hadn't done that.
So this is a different account than what Johnny has just previously told us, right? Travis says that it was Travis and not Whitney who stepped in the middle between Amber and Johnny. Where Johnny says it was Whitney who stepped in the middle between Amber and Johnny. Travis says he was on the stairwell with them, where Johnny says he was downstairs. Travis also theorizes that Whitney was behind Amber, but Johnny says she was clearly in front of him. So their stories have pretty big inconsistencies amongst themselves. But the consistent things are Amber punched Johnny and that things were being thrown at Johnny from Amber. So now we've had two accounts of the same incident that are pretty different. Now, I do want to say here that eyewitness testimony is wholly unreliable. In some instances, it can be relied upon, but the Innocence Project, if you read their website, they'll let you know that eyewitness testimony has put a lot of people away who happen to be innocent. So understand that if two people witness the same event, it's pretty unlikely they're going to account it the identical way, because people have different experiences and different perspectives of events. Now that we've heard those two accounts, let's now hear Amber's description of these events. Remember, she was there and she has told her account under oath.
Or narrowly Miss Debbie. And I said I called him a pussy and said something about, I'm screaming at him angrily. I at least called him a fucking pussy. I don't know what else I said, but I was screaming at him because he threw this can at me and everything else that had happened. And when I did that, he bolted up the stairs. And, there's only, he was up the first flight of stairs. Again, I'm on the mezzanine, which is in between two flights of stairs. He bolted up the steps. And I don't know how he managed to get his hands in my hair so fast, but he had his hand on the back of my head, my hair. and kind of was yanking me down and hit me in the face with this cast he had. I just remember this brief struggle we had before we kind of break away. Whitney, my sister, all of a sudden put herself in between Johnny and I. She just threw herself like in the line of fire or whatever. She just all of a sudden was there and was trying to get Johnny to stop. Her back was to the staircase, and Johnny swings at her, and I just see my little sister with her back to the staircase, and Johnny swings at her, and I don't even wait for any other, I don't hesitate, I don't wait, I just in my head instantly think of Kate Moss and the stairs, and I swung at him. In all of my relationship to date with Johnny, I hadn't landed a blow. And I, for the first time, hit him. Like, actually hit him. Square in the face. He didn't push my sister down the stairs.
So Amber's story is totally different than what we just heard, right? She was grabbed by her hair, and then Johnny started hitting her in the face with a hand that was wrapped in a cast, in a plaster cast. Then Whitney jumped in the middle of them to save Amber, it seems. Johnny then swings at Whitney, and then Amber punches Johnny to prevent Whitney from falling down the stairs. Plausible? But Amber's story is not only different from Johnny's and from Travis's, it's even different than the story she told earlier under oath. Check this out.
Ms. Heard, have you ever hit Johnny Depp prior to today?
Objection, Vegas at times.
Everyone on this side of the room, please.
Objection 352. It's not relevant to this domestic violence proceeding.
Overruled.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Answer it however you want to, including the way you were just. If
I'm
you
asking
wish.
for a yes or no answer.
You don't have to answer it the way she wants you to answer it.
He was about to push my sister down the stairs. She was attempting to break us up. I am protective over my baby sister. When he laid hands on her, I don't know what I did, but I know I jumped in between the actions that I saw could lead to a fatal injury to my sister. She was standing on the top of a flight of stairs, and she has never hurt anyone in her life, and she does not deserve to be pushed down the flight of stairs. And it looked like she was about to be. And I would have done what anybody who has a child or a sister would have done. I acted defensively in her life. I saw her standing on top of a flight of stairs and trying to interrupt a fight in between him and I. I don't know what part of my body I put in between me and him and her. But I would have done anything. I would have done anything to prevent her from being pushed down a flight of stairs.
So let's get this straight. Before, she remembered no details, right? She didn't remember Johnny Depp grabbing her by the hair, right? We heard nothing about that. We heard nothing about getting hit in the face with a cast. We heard nothing about that. Remember, she was getting pummeled in the face with a cast. And we heard nothing about Johnny Depp swinging at her sister. So this story went from being very vague and very dramatic to very detailed. And hey, I remember all these fresh new details that happen to be very convenient now that I didn't remember before. And let's not forget, the deposition you just saw was from 2016. That was a year after this event. So it was closer in time to what actually happened. So she didn't remember what happened after the event, but 6 years later, she remembers all these great details. Again, it's up to the jury to judge credibility. So now Amber's sister is going to give her account of this same event. So we have 3 stories, 3 different accounts. Let's see what she says.
They were saying horrible things to one another. She was calling him old and fat. It was a fight. They were saying really nasty things to one another. I leave them in the kitchen to go up the stairs, was trying to calm Amber down, hopefully get her back into my apartment. And Debbie had come up with me.
And Debbie, who's Debbie?
Debbie was his nurse at the
Debbie
time.
Lloyd?
Yes, I believe that was her name.
Okay.
So we're with Amber on the mezzanine level.
I'm sorry, just so we know who where is. Is it you and Debbie that are with Amber, or is it?
Yes,
Okay.
Debbie, Amber, and I are all in the little mezzanine area. And as I mentioned, the mezzanine overlooks the kitchen and the living room. So Johnny then hurls a Red Bull can and it hits Debbie in the back. She didn't even react. She didn't really seem to notice. But I'm standing up there talking, or I'm standing up there, I'm at the top of the stairs with my back to the stairs. And that's when Johnny runs up the stairs. And again, I'm facing Amber. He comes up behind me, strikes me in the back, kind of just somewhere over here. He strikes me in the back. I hear Amber shout, "Don't hit my fucking sister." She smacks him, lands one. And then he grabs, at that point, that's when Travis runs up the stairs after Amber landed one. But by that time, Johnny had already grabbed Amber by the hair with one hand and was whacking her repeatedly in the face with the other as I was standing there. Travis pulls them apart. I get Amber into mine. I close the doors behind me and lock them.
With this incident, each story we've heard has been different than the last. Eyewitness testimony, huh? But like Amber, Whitney has told a different story in the past. She told this story to a woman named Jennifer Howell. Now, your first question is, well, who is Jennifer Howell? Well, here is Johnny Depp's legal team on cross-examination of Whitney, having Whitney explain who Jennifer Howell is. Take a look.
You know who Jennifer Howell is, right, Ms. Enriquez?
I do.
She's the founder of the Art of Elysium nonprofit.
She is.
And you worked there for a time, didn't you?
I did.
Around May 2015, you actually moved in with Ms. Howell, right?
May 2015? Yes.
And you moved out of the penthouses because at that point you and your sister were fighting, right?
It was around the time that, he had accused me of leaking stories, and that was the impetus of me leaving.
And you testified earlier, I think, that he had asked you to sign an NDA, right?
At some point.
And that was around the same time that he was concerned you were leaking stories about their wedding to the media?
I believe so.
You and Ms. Howell were close?
We were.
Close enough that you lived with her for around a year?
I don't recall if it was that long.
And you confided in Ms. Howell, right?
About some things, yes. She was my friend.
You called her your chosen sister?
Now, this is Jennifer Howell with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Jennifer Howell submitted a declaration to the court, and in some it states that Whitney is lying about the event. Here is Lauren Crime explaining it.
Now, I think I need to bring this up. Something happened on Cross, and I'm not sure a lot of people took notice, but I tweeted about this immediately yesterday after I heard the name Jennifer Howell. One of Depp's attorneys asked Whitney Enriquez, "Do you know Jennifer Howell?" And she said yes. Well, guess what? Apparently, they were really good friends, and after she moved out of the penthouse, she moved to Jennifer Howell's apartment and stayed with her for a while. Jennifer Howell filed a declaration with the court after the UK testimony and the UK trial of Whitney Enriquez, saying that Whitney Enriquez told her a totally different story about what happened on the staircase. Jennifer Howell wrote in this court document that Whitney Enriquez said that Johnny Depp was hit by Amber Heard, not the other way around. And she said apparently that she feared that Amber Heard would kill Johnny Depp. This is what this Jennifer Howell woman said.
So let's look at the declaration from Jennifer Howell and see exactly what she said. So what are we looking at here? We are looking at the declaration of Jennifer Howell. This was signed and notarized the 26th of July, 2020, Los Angeles, California, Jennifer Howell. So here's the declaration, and it was submitted in this case, Virginia, in the Circuit Court of Fairfax County, Depp v. Heard. So this was submitted in this case. Now, I'm going to point you to paragraph 4. Let's read it together. I have learned that Whitney testified in court July 23rd in London about a violent incident in March 2015 on the stairs at Johnny Depp's penthouse. She testified that Johnny supposedly hit Amber and Whitney on the stairs at Johnny's downstairs penthouse. Then Whitney said she had to go live with her employer, where she had to sleep on the floor. I am that employer. This is not what I was told to be true. First, Whitney came to live in the guest room of my apartment on Wilshire Boulevard, not on my floor, but in my guest room. Second, when Whitney arrived, she was a mess. Whitney told me she tried to stop her sister Amber from hitting and attacking Johnny on the stairs. Whitney said when she tried to intervene to stop Amber from going after Johnny, Amber nearly pushed Whitney down the stairs. She told me she was worried Amber was going to kill Johnny. She told me she had endured this kind of abuse her entire life, first from her father, then from Amber, who she said was extremely violent. She lived with me because she did not feel she could go back to live at the Eastern Columbia building. My father reminded me this morning that I told him Whitney had moved in with me because she was terrified of her sister. Close quote. So both Amber and her sister, Whitney, have told different versions of the staircase incident in the past. Who do you believe? Do you believe Johnny Depp? Do you believe the bodyguard? Do you believe Amber? Amber's sister? What about Jennifer Howell? Now, Jennifer Howell will be testifying in rebuttal, and she will likely tell the jury that Whitney is lying. Check it out.
We got a little breaking news to pass along this morning, and that is that Jennifer Howell, she's a friend of Amber's sister Whitney, is going to testify in some form during the rebuttal case on behalf of Johnny Depp. And it's important because Jennifer Howell maintains that Amber's sister Whitney told her a much different version of what happened in the staircase event.
So these are the facts. You or the jury. Who do you believe? Let me know in the comment section. My name is Nate the Lawyer. And don't forget to stop by Monday as I continue to live watch the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. See you then. Peace.